Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European Indices, and starting with the DAX here on the daily chart. So we've had a sharp move down in the European markets. So let's go in and have a look at that. So with the DAX here, we're going to have a look at it in two different ways. First of all, we want to have a look at it in this way. The move up from the low here as an A and a B and a C here for the A wave here, and then down for an A and a B and a C wave here for the B wave, and then moving in 5 waves up here for the C wave here to make wave D. So let's see how the next two sessions go. A safer long trade would see the support on 12,300, so give that some consideration. And the other count for this, I'll just go to the hourly chart for this, and this makes it like this here. So from this low here, looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, and up for wave 5 for the A wave here, and then coming down for the A wave here. That can also come down one more little move just in here, so we'll just wait to see about that. But then the B wave up here in 3, and that's why we need to wait for a nice tested support on 12,300 here, and also to look at the wave structure up here. I mean, if this is 5 waves from whichever low this is, this low or this low, 5 waves up here, then we'll get 3 waves back, and then we can move up higher from that way. So let's just see if we get 3 waves to the 61.8% retracement level here, or 5 waves. But if it's 3 waves, then we'll move down to here in the B wave here, and then move up from that point there. So just want to see how the next 2 sessions go within all of this. And moving over to the Netherlands, we're looking at, well, I'll just stay with the same count here. There's no need to change this. We were looking for a top in play here, and we're looking for an A and a B and a C wave here. So this is a little bit out of whack here, but basically we're on the right track here for this. So if I can move this here across, because we're looking for a 38.2% retracement level. So look, this may get bigger and uglier and all the rest of it. Our main plan was to look to go long above this high here, so we can do that here as well. So I'll just clean these up here a little bit. So let's just see how that unfolds in this space here. I'll just save that. And yeah, much the same for the FTSE as well, actually, not a huge difference. With the FTSE, however, we're looking for, it hasn't pulled back to its 38.2% retracement level. But I'll put this on, normally would put that on top there, then drop it down to this one, then onto this one here for the trigger. There may be another one in here as well, but for the time being I need to leave it on top of this one here, and let's see how that goes, because this wave 4 could get a little bit a bit uglier than just this simple move down through here. So let's just wait and see how we go with this particular move here. We can bring our stop a little bit further up for this one here, just for the time being. But I still want to keep it below the 38.2. If you've got any problems, then look to take some profit in this space here if you're at risk too much. So it's just a quick video today because Australia is on a holiday, and I'm going to enjoy that. So the Italy market has moved down quite sharply here, so it is a concern, but I have to simply wait until any rules are broken. So we had 2 counts moving up through here, and I've gone back to my original count where we had this up as 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 here. The other count that we had here was, this was the top of a 3rd wave here. So in the bigger picture here, you know, I do have a nice triangle pattern in here, and when you got a triangle patterns only happen in wave B and wave 4. So we've got an A and a B and a C and a D and an E here. So if that's, if that is a triangle, that's wave 4, then that makes wave 5 low here. So that means that we must be pushing up higher here. I know that this area through here where it's struggled here was meeting supply over here, and is also the 61.8% mark of this move down through here. So we're expecting some resistance here, but it has dropped off quite sharply. So I need to, let's just go to the 4-hour chart here and have a look at this. So with the 4-hour chart, I've gone back to the original count, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then going up for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here. This is the 50-60% retracement level from the previous move down through here. I thought we'd sort of passed all of that, but we hadn't actually sat on top of the 61.8%. That's what I was sort of looking for at the 21,500. That would have separated the counts, but it hasn't. The move down through here has also moved through the 61.8% mark, but I'll give it a little bit of grace, but we'll call that the low there. But any further movement down here would get us into trouble at that point, and we would have to look at all of this then as from this wave 4 here. We would have to look at all of this as wave 1 here, back for wave 2, and then down for wave 3, moving further down, which would take us much further down into the 18,000 area. So but the way that we'll look at that is if I just go, I don't think the 1-hour chart's going to give us much. So far down through here, the move down here, it can be counted as an A and a B and a C wave. So we can have a low in here. What we don't want to see is 5 waves down. So if I took this here and put this here, then the 38.2% retracement level would be in, what's the daisy? Sorry about that. Let's just move that. So if this was going to be, can we borrow some over here? Copy that. So 1, just looking at both counts here, 2, 3, 4 would be back at the 38.2% retracement level, and then wave 5 down here. If we got the 5 waves down, then we'd be in trouble then in that case. So the wave 4 here can be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to here. It may extend a little bit higher here to the 21, I don't know, but then it would move down from that point there. So what we could say here is let's just observe it for a little while. We wouldn't want to look at any long trades unless we had this here, the 21,000 here, as the support. You could go long here if you wanted to and put the stop under here, but the risk is that the market can turn on you here. On the tick chart here, just to look at this in a little bit more detail, so the move down from the top here, we'll call that the A wave, and the B wave here, and then we can look at this as 1 and 2 here. Nice strong 3rd wave here, 4th wave here, and then the 5th wave really extending down here. So yeah, I mean, this can certainly be an ABC correction here. So the little A wave here, the B wave here, and then a C wave coming back up into this space here for a wave 4 here. So yeah, look, like I mentioned, if we can get support on the 21,000, then we know that this is an A and a B and a C. But otherwise, we can get into get into a bit of trouble here. So the top here to the bottom here too, we also need to look at this here, this 50-60% area here, because we will see if the market moves past the 38.2% retracement level. I mean, it would be nice if we can get this up as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up to the 61.8%, then an A and a B and a C back. Then we can go in and buy across here and start building in trades on this side. But we don't know that just yet, so we're just going to have to use a little bit of patience with all of this here. But just to sort of recap our trade here a little bit, we went long here, We added to our position here. We've been moving the stop up into this space here. We knew there was 2 counts, so we're taking some profit here, part profit here. Different people take different amounts, that's fine. But then we would have been stopped out on this particular move here. So all in all, a lot of work for a few pennies in all of this, but just working, just all in a day's work, I guess. So, but look, let's just wait and see. I mean, even if we get this 5 waves down here, we would still have to wait before we shorted, because we'll get an ABC back at that point, and then we would look to short from that point. So we'd need this 5 waves, then 3 waves here, and then looking to short on this side. So it's quite a while to wait over here for this. So I don't really know what else to say. We need to move into a safe space. So support on the 21,000 helps us to the upside. If we only move up to the 21 or near it and then move down, then we've got ourselves 5 waves here, and then we'll need to look at the bounce. And this 5 waves down here may even pull down to the 20,000 for the bounce here on that. So we're in a rock and a hard place for a little while here, but obviously this market's going to also follow the other European markets, so we still see upside for those. So let's just see what we get with all of this. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.